step out and do that one little thing that can make a difference in somebody else's life. And if everyone goes out and does that, the impact is going to be overwhelming.
Steve Thomas runs. It's what he loves to do. And even though he's completed marathons and Ironmen, he's what you would call an ordinary guy who's about to do something extraordinary. Steve has always been a highly dedicated athlete. An accomplished hockey player and once aspiring bodybuilder, Steve has recently set his sights on endurance sports. After a successful finish at Ironman Mont Tremblant, Steve was left with an unanswered question.
Across the finish line and something was missing, and I didn't quite know what it was. I had achieved all my expectations. I was extremely happy with what I'd done, but I found myself questioning why do you do all this training? Why do you push yourself to these limits, and what's the purpose?
Steve's answer would come in the form of the Sears Great Canadian Run, a 100-kilometer relay that takes place in both Toronto and Ottawa. The run has raised over $1.2 million to support kids' cancer research initiatives. Steve is attempting to run the 100 kilometers solo.
Being a father of a 4-year-old boy who's active, who's energetic, who smiles nonstop, I live every day to see him do that, and to ever think of the possibility that one day this could happen to him, that I might not have him anymore. I mean, that would rock my world. Knowing that I can go out and push myself to a few limits on one day to help raise funds and awareness for these families who go through this daily, kids fighting for their lives. It was a no-brainer decision for me to want to dedicate some time to it.
Mike Herzog is a dedicated family man and a successful endurance athlete. His passion and commitment to living life intentionally has led to the creation of an amazing organization called GoodGuysTri.
GoodGuysTri is a collection of like-minded people. We're all endurance athletes, or we started out as endurance athletes who wanted to leverage our passion for endurance sport to simply do good. It's evolved over time, and we've gained some wonderful support from a variety of different people, so it's now grown, but the core roots, again, are in endurance events.
Met Mike Herzog about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and just his everyday aspiration is always, I want to go do good here, I want to go do good there. Just taking that extra little time out to, go out and do some good and help someone make a difference, it's infectious. Somebody starts doing a little bit of good around you, and you're like, oh, I can do that too. And then it snowballs. You want to do something bigger, you want to do better, you want to help more people.
When Steve told me that he wanted to run the entire Great Canadian Run on his own to really inspire people to donate and to build an awareness campaign, I was flabbergasted. I thought it was awesome.
For myself, I heard about the Great Canadian Run and raising money for cancer and for CHEO, and I just thought, this is a great cause. And I pitched it to Mike, and we were like, that's another great thing to get involved with for GoodGuysTri.
The average person has the power to do so much in this world. And if you're trying to work towards doing something good, that's essentially the goal of GoodGuysTri.
Ryan Grant is a former professional triathlete and endurance racer. He's also the co-owner of SoulFit, and has proudly been supporting Steve, GoodGuysTri, and the Ottawa community, both on and off the track.
Yeah, Sears Great Canadian Run. What a fantastic cause. When Steve first came to me and said, that he was looking at doing the whole 100K himself, I looked a little bit more into the run, and pretty hard not to stand behind a cause that raises money to fight against kids' cancer. So a wonderful thing to be a part of. To be doing something like a 100-kilometer run for your own personal goals, I think that's fantastic. But actually be doing it for a cause, especially for something like fighting kids' cancer, it's fantastic. So both in awareness and in actually money raised. It's great to see.
Be extremely inspired by the reasons why he's doing it. To help end kids' cancer, to promote awareness as well as fundraise.
Knowing Steve and knowing the fact that he's putting one foot in front of the other for raising money for these kids that are going through for something much tougher than any of us will probably ever go through. And I have no doubt he'll finish and do very well.
We're all very much behind him and want to make sure that he has all the success in the world, so we've been working to try to help promote. We do some training with him, and there's not a doubt in my mind that he's going to accomplish his goal.
Steve and Lisa Neville's life changed in a split second when doctors discovered a large tumor in their son Cole's abdomen and lesions throughout his lungs and liver. The cancer was spreading into his bones and into his heart, forcing doctors to perform a 12-hour open-heart surgery to try and save his life.
I knew there was a chance he wasn't going to come out of surgery, and it was probably, again, the darkest day of my life. To see him going through what he was going through that day and being so scared, and then when asking questions like, Daddy, are you okay? Like, you're crying, are you okay? And it's just, wow.
With his family by his side and tons of great support, Cole pulled through.
He's a thriving, super active little guy. He's amazing. We saw him run across a soccer field for the first time in probably 3 years without sort of lying down and passing out from being so tired. He's been off treatment now for about 1.5 years, and it's just every day stronger, and he's just amazing.
For both Steve and Lisa, the run was not only a way to fundraise, but a powerful reminder of what's possible.
It was such an emotional day for my wife and I think for a lot of other people, because there was such an outpouring of support and just emotional, I don't know how to describe it, emotional big. Like, it was just, there was so much there, and it was all around how do we raise money and awareness around childhood cancer. And, I only ran about, 15K of the 100K at a couple different points. But man, when I was running, I was like I was floating.
At 8 a.m., the horn sounded and over 100 runners took off from the starting line. A sunny and crisp autumn day would be the backdrop for this epic journey, which would see runners traversing through the amazing Ottawa course. Throughout the day, Steve was joined by friends and co-workers willing to offer their support. 15 kilometers in, Mike joined up with Steve and would stick by him till the very end. Halfway through the race, Steve received a welcome surprise as his wife and son greeted him on the track to cheer him on.
Wave at Dad for me. Good stuff.
As the sun set, Steve hit his first roadblock. 90 kilometers in, his leg muscles began to seize, and the pain was evident.
We knew there would be a lot of pain coming into this. I didn't think this was going to happen, though. We were feeling so good.
But quitting was never an option. 12 hours after taking his first steps, Steve finally crossed the finish line. He received a standing ovation from friends, family, supporters, and run staff. Steve's epic run ended with hugs, handshakes, smiles, and even a few tears. Steve has always said that the real heroes in this story are the kids. They can't quit, so neither will I. And he didn't.